Hello, Hardin County. Thanks for joining us for another weekly podcast, Hardin Local Live. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. How about you, Phil?
Good. Scott, you're back. It's been a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I take it and so much needed time off. Being in tech support, you get support fatigue. So,
Yeah. Doing some family stuff, getting ready for school to get back in session.
yes, yes, sir. Which reminds me to get a great lead in with all the great entertainment that we have lined up that John and Nate have for you. Real quickly, for those of you with kids in the Hardin County area, if you're not in communication with the school, make sure you like your school social media, you get on their email list for anything to be broadcasted, and you also make sure that you have their approved communication apps for students and things of that nature. So that'll get you set up for success before the start of the school year. So with that being said, Phil, you go ahead and take it away, my man.
Great. Thank you. How are you doing this morning, or this afternoon, I guess, John?
I'm doing great, doing great. Been busy, busy, busy all last weekend, and going into this weekend here, I'll be working hard, trying to get ready for some things.
That's great. Nate, how you been this week? I saw a lot of your posts. Seems like you were busy.
Yeah, Courtney was getting tired. We were all over the place. I know on Friday I actually saw John face to face for the first time in years, probably. I would have been with you, but we couldn't make the time work. And I went to see the show a couple of weeks ago to see Scott's son. It was great. I loved Footloose. And this weekend I was downtown. I was at through Axes, which I was horrible at. I went to miniature golf. I went out to Cosmic. We were just all over the place, support community. I met 4 or 5 people that said they watched the show and wanted to meet me for the first time. So I think it's cool to have that impact just in the community that we all have, that we're growing and just showing, hey, this is the power of information, the power of love for our community.
Yeah, that's great. Well, for those of you that haven't followed us, scan this barcode over here and or screenshot it. Whatever you got to do, you can also go to hardinlocal.com. There's a checklist there that you can complete. And make sure you check out our Instagram, our YouTube channel, TikTok. I think that's about the end of it. Also, there is, if you go to that website, hardinlocal.com, or scan the QR code, there's a bell at the top left-hand corner of the screen. Click that and put your email address in, because we'll be starting an email blast list here in the near future. Today, we had to start a little later because of a meeting that I couldn't get moved. And thankfully, it worked out for everybody else for a start at 2. But we will stick to that 1 o'clock time slot in the future. All right, so we don't have as long today just because of the Nate's schedule and also John's schedule. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with local business news. So Nate, go ahead and take us away.
Yeah, so one of the things I did over the weekend was drive around and took some new pictures of the mall. As we can see, the split is about to happen. I think there's only like one little, I guess, bar brace that's still holding it on the other side, but you can only see from the food court side. But you could clearly see it now where where the stop sign is by Fazoli's, basically where I took the photo through the fence. But the split's happening. We know, I have been told from a mall source, this is not coming from a mall official, this is coming from a mall source that I trust, that Victoria's Secret will be in a bigger spot with pink, and that's going to be on the left side. And then on the right side of the split will be Bath and Body Works with White Barn and Expanded too. So both those stores have been in the mall for years, and then they're getting, I guess, rewarded with bigger spots. So I kind of like the fact that you get those two women-centric oriented businesses next to each other, unless you're buying for your girl, you know. So those will be next to each other, and we do know that American Eagle, which will be moving again, will be on the same side as Victoria's Secret down the path, and they will have Aerie with them. That's something we haven't had at the mall in a while. And then I also had a source confirm that 2 new stores that people are excited about. HomeGoods, which I know a lot of people have mentioned. I don't know which spot it's getting. I'm going to assume it's one of the bigger ones on the right side near Belt, maybe where the toy store kind of was, but I don't know. But obviously they'll need a bigger spot. They are coming, I've been told. And I've also been told that Sierra, which is a sister store to HomeGoods and TJ Maxx. People say that you can get like good skiing equipment for the snow stuff like that. So they're more of an outdoorsy, which really we don't have really an outdoorsy shop. I don't unless you count like Academy, but other than that, we don't have like a focused on just clothing and apparel. So they're coming. So that'll be nice. Again, these haven't been confirmed. That this is what I've been told. So that was one of the big ones. Also over the week, Sam's and Radcliffe. Sam's Gyros. They used to be in the mall. They were, I think, one of the last places standing in the food court. They moved originally to out by GameStop and Kansai in that building. They now have another location in Hardin County, which is on Dixie, right next to Woodland Mobile Home entrance. It's also next to Good Clean Eats, if people are familiar with them. They are right next there. I took pictures of those in a video. I like the fact that the inflatable was kind of waving at you, which was kind of cool. Courtney caught that. I went and took pictures of their menus. If you want to see it, it's on my post, which is on Hardin Local and other groups. Quick plug. Then while I was out, we drove around the nature park. If you come in, we're that traffic circle that people love traffic circles. When you come in on the right side, there's now a gravel going into something. The right side is the community orchard, which some people don't know about. And eventually there will be a building over there, a welcome center information building that has not been defined as when construction will start or what it's going to look like. But I think the city got a grant for that. So that's going to be added out there. And then if the Aqua, what I call the Aqua Building Barbershop, because that's what it was on Dixie going into downtown from the south side, got auctioned, got bought, and then got leased. And if you're out there, there is construction going on. So it looks like there'll be a new business going in there pretty soon. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, I have failed the masses. I will get on that to see if I can get any connections there to see what's going there. And then as the day that we filmed this live, Duff's opened today. Opened just a couple hours ago. People have been waiting on it. I got to check in with them Saturday. I got a sneak peek at their full menu, and I posted it. So if you want the menu, you can find that post. But Duff's in the old Texas Outlaw next to Shogun. If you're unfamiliar with that area, Duff's famous wings. I did not get the wings. I am not a huge wing person. I got the smash burger because I love burgers. But great service. I thought the prices were fair. But if you haven't been in that Texas Outlaw building, huge changeover. There's some local art back there, which is cool. Christy Wright from Harding High Schools, or John Wright's her husband from Harding High Schools. She worked with LaRue, I believe. She did some artwork. Another local artist did the wall, so mural. So I think that would be great. And then obviously Cosmic opened last week. So that's where I saw John. It's a big week for business last week and this weekend, and hopefully there'll be a couple more things coming up.
Great. I think you also had a note on here about ICES.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, so that was unfortunate. That got announced yesterday. ICES, I don't never. All I had to worry about was spelling it. Never really said it. It's closing on Social on Main. They were the ones that replaced Rubens, I believe. The main ISA or ISA. So they had a medical issue, which was very unfortunate. From what I was told, they did great. They had great business, had a great following. So it's not because they struggled or anything like that. It's seriously, this personnel, and they had to shut down immediately. It wasn't like, okay, let's take a month, whatever. They're gone. That's unfortunate. Obviously, health always comes first. Business will always be there. But she said that she couldn't do what she needed to do, and I missed it because I had it twice and I liked it. I'm not a big taco person, but it suited what I needed. So that is closing. I do know that they do already have a replacement in mind to fill it. I do not know when it's going to be open. And then I'm sure Todd Davis and the social media group or social on Main group will announce that soon. But there will be a replacement coming. So it will be back up to 3. I would say definitely by the end of the year, maybe in the next couple of months.
Great. We'll go ahead and move on to events. You ready, Joan?
I am ready. Yeah, for sure. Now, Phil, this Thursday is the last sunrise yoga.
Oh, gosh.
Unlike this year, this summer. All right. So I don't care how many views we need to get us down there doing some yoga. I think you can do it. I think we can knock it out. So
It's a possibility. Yeah, we'll talk.
on this. But yeah, Karma Hot Yoga Studio will be doing that. It's the last one of the summer this Thursday. That starts your day off right. And then you'll have K Squared at the Tavern in the Garden in Brown Pusey, Brown Pusey House. It's always a good party. K Squared is kind of a combination of a couple different groups they put together. So it's a really good group. Also, the walking tour downtown. Make sure you get that before. Walk around town, check it out, get yourself a hub cup if you're of age, and enjoy a beer while you enjoy some history of downtown Elizabethtown. There's also Friday, a golf scramble starting in the morning. KSB Post 4 golf scramble. It's out in Lincoln Trail and out in Vine Grove. That's a fun time. Also, a songwriters showcase is going on Friday night at the Water's Edge Winery. Don't talk about much about them because they don't have a whole lot of events that I've seen posted, but that's a fun thing that I've seen the songwriters do a couple different things in town. They used to do a couple things at BBT. I think they've done it a couple other places, but it's a really good place to check out some local talent live music. The rodeo is also starting Friday night. So if you like to see those bronking bucks and see the rodeo clowns get chased around, head on over to the fairgrounds and enjoy that. Starts at 7:30 or 3:30 the gates. The rodeo starts at 7:30. Saturday, there is a pancake breakfast at Hardin Memorial or Hardin United Methodist, my bad, Hardin United Methodist Church.
Memorial United Methodist Church.
Yeah. Yeah. Annual fundraiser they're doing, 7:30 to 10:30. Proceeds go to the Amtrak for Children with Disability. So if you're hungry Saturday morning, go check out some pancakes for a good cause. There's also a car show going on at John Hardin that morning at 9 a.m. Proceeds are going to benefit Jim Hardesty. It's out there. They're doing vintage cars, food trucks, family fun. Get your kids out there, hang out, have fun after you eat the breakfast. So breakfast first, then go to the car show. And after you've done the car show, guess what? Go check out some art. The art show that I've been talking about for a couple weeks, Fugu Dreams and Al Schemes, is a collaboration show between myself and Dick McLaughlin. He's an amazing artist. It's if you've ever been in Vibe Coffee, all his paintings are in there. He'll have some similar stuff like that. So if over here, those are two of Dick's paintings. Kind of his style is kind of just that interesting, dreamlike kind of world. And then my stuff is kind of very childlike. I'll also be releasing a children's book, coloring book at the event.
Was it titled?
It is called Ollie the Owl and His Wonderfully Different Friends.
Great. You were showing me that the other day. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, so just kind of a fun thing. It's going to be kind of a tester before I fully publish. Those are going to be coloring books. So again, Flywheel is a brewery, kid friendly, dog friendly. Bring the whole fam. It's all day long art show. We'll be there all day long. Again, you can color. Then with the colorings, I'm going to kind of try to capture a lot of the colorings the kids do, or even adults, and then you could submit those to be actually in the real book that I'll be publishing later on this year. So that's going to be a kind of a fun. You can contribute to the book and say, "Hey, I colored that page" or whatever. So I think that's kind of a fun little added option for the event. And also there'll be art for sale, t-shirts for sale. I'll have a lot of stuff. So will Dick. It's a good time. I think the last time we did one was 3 or 4 years ago. So we do one every so often together. We pair up well together. Another big event after you come hang out and buy some art from us, the Dirty Dog Bash. We had Myra on the other day. It's a great cause for a great thing. You know, again, they're trying to fund that SNP clinic up in Radcliffe. It's a low cost, not free, but low cost spay or neutering. So very good cause. Also, this weekend, we've got Gabby Butler's summer tour. So if you're into tumbling, you're into cheerleading, you might know who Gabby Butler is. I do not know who that is. Nate, do you know who that is?
I know the name. I just remember the name being off that squad, but don't know her personally, but I do know the name.
Gotcha. So that's a big fun event they're doing. So if you want that, there's a website you can go to, GabbyButlerCheer.com. Order your tickets early. See her flipping around, doing all the things. Probably a good time. And then also we have the day 2 of the rodeo is on Saturday. So that's the next thing we got going on. Again, I like watching the clowns run around getting chased by the bulls and stuff. That's just more fun than anything for me. Also, there is a open mic night. I forgot to put that down. But open mic night Sunday at Flywheel. So Flywheel's got a lot of stuff going on this week. They have food trucks almost every day, but like art show on Saturday and then the open mic on Sunday. Some good arts stuff provided by Flywheel. They're always solid on that.
That's great.
I've got some events as well that
Go for it.
just popped up. I know, Scott, I know you mentioned getting connected to all this stuff, which is that new law has really, for sports context especially, has made it hard for coaches to stay in contact with their kids. But yeah, speaking of school, which really around the corner, we got a couple more back to school events. Tonight at 7 at the State Theater is a school supply giveaway and a $1 showing of Inside Out. So if your kids are Disney buffs, you can go to the State Theater for $1, and that's being sponsored by All About Dirt and Remodeling LLC. They're the ones that are doing the school supplies. And then on Saturday, there are 3 different events. If your kid's a Bluey, which my nephew and niece both love Bluey, over at Fort Knox at the Bar Memorial Library. That is located at 62 West Spearhead Division Avenue. Patrons 12 and under can enjoy some Bluey stories and make a hug card. I need a hug. Maybe not a hug card, but I need a hug. Also Saturday, 9 a.m. until supplies run out, in Radcliffe, Restoration Church is hosting the Rashads Into the Air Making 3rd Annual Back to School Bash, backpack, school supplies, shoe giveaway, and more. And then kind of getting toward back downtown, the Wesley Hilltop House. They do lots of great stuff for community. From 10 to 5 on Saturday is the 4th annual Voices of Change Back to School Bash. Free haircuts and free hairstylings. Don't see those too often. Free backpacks and school supplies, music, raffles, games, and food. So those are all coming up. And then this weekend is the last weekend for the Hardin County Playhouse's Children's Theater, Wonka Jr. That is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, 7 o'clock each night over at the ECTC Science Auditorium. So if you want to support the performing arts in this community and our young kids, they are out there. That's what I had.
Great. Well, I have one bone to pick with John. What having to do with pickled cucumbers or pickles? We've had this debate. Yeah, we had this debate the other day at Cosmic Golf on Thursday, to where, well, why don't you tell me your side of it so everybody can understand?
All right. So pretty much, I mean, pickled cucumbers are what they are. They're pickled cucumbers. Call something what it is. Like you don't call like pickled eggs just pickles, because that'd be confusing. So you call them pickled eggs, pickled herring, pickled beets, pickled onions, pickled bologna. You call it what it is. Calling something by one thing, the process is very confusing. Like we don't call grilled chicken grill. Give me some of that grill over there. That makes no sense. I mean, you call like dried apricots. Dried apricots. They're not like pipatines. We didn't make up a new word, or like. I mean, that gets me on another thing, because grapes and raisins. A raisin is just a dried grape. Well, why we? Anyways, making up new names and call things what they are. Pickled cucumbers or pickled cucumbers, and they're nasty. They're terrible.
Well, I think the etymology may actually support your side. Comes from a 14th century word pickle, P-E-K-E-L, which means brine or salty solution used for preservation. But my whole side of it is nobody's going to call them pickled cucumbers because they're just pickles. And that's how they've been. You know, it's kind of like in the South where you want a Coke or you want a soda. Yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm coming from it.
And I get that side of it, but it's confusing sometimes.
Well, only if you go to Qdoba.
Well, there's different types of pickles though, or pickled cucumbers. There's the bread and butter. There's the dill. Then you get into, you're adding even more things to it.
Yes. Yeah. But nobody's going to call it bread and buttered pickled cucumber. I had to say that 5 times real fast. I don't know if it's possible.
It probably isn't. I do confuse people in drive-thrus a lot. Like if I ever go to a drive-thru and I say, "Oh, I don't want pickled cucumbers on that," they respond with usually, "You don't want pickles," and I'm like, "No, I don't want pickled cucumbers."
Yeah,
and usually they're fine with it after that. But
I guess we could call it linguistic laziness, and it wins.
Usually, I think.
Yeah. I even found something online talking about it dating back to 2400 BC in ancient Mesopotamia, where cucumbers were brined for long journeys, and Cleopatra swore by them for beauty. And Shakespeare even referenced being in a pickle, meaning a messy situation like over-brined chaos. So, I mean,
that's it.
Yeah, I think we both win this one, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think it's a tie.
I think it is. I think it is. You got anything? Oops. You got anything to add to that, Nate?
I was just gonna say tuna fish.
There you go. That's a double word, tuna fish or
Yeah.
tuna. That's great.
And why
Like,
someone put a chicken in a
Bird
sea?
sandwich. Yeah, no one says I want a chicken bird sandwich, but tuna fish sandwich happens all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time.
I do think like over this next week, maybe we can go every time we go to restaurants and get a burger or something, we could ask them to like give us extra pickled cucumbers and just see what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, usually they'll just correct you and then you can correct them again. Be like, no, they're pickled cucumbers. And actually there are some brands at like Whole Foods and things like that call them pickled cucumbers. Like that's on the labeling. So I'm not the only one out there that's trying to say, hey, this is what it is. Let's call it what it is.
It's great. Well, I like that video you sent me of Reba. I made sure to, and the corn dogs.
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna, so maybe we'll share that enough. You never know who might see it, you know? Maybe you can become Reba's corn dog getter.
I can get her. I can be her corn dog getter. I'll be heading to Bus and Bites and go drive it to wherever she needs to be.
That's great. All right, guys. Is there anything else that you guys have for today? We're doing a short one.
I know. I got.
Hey, come
Okay.
see us at the art show. Come hang out at Flywheel. It's a fun time. Again,
That's Saturday. Starts at noon.
yep, starts at noon. Other than the coloring books, we'll also have free coloring sheets that you can take as you want, and all. It's just a fun way to kind of participate with the art. I think that's a big piece of being creative is helping others kind of enjoy that with you.
Great. All right, guys. Well, before we get off here, let's pop the QR code back up one time. Go ahead and follow that or go to hardinlocal.com and follow the checklist and subscribe. And I also included a link to our Facebook message channel, whatever they call those things. It's basically a one-way chat where we can blast out stuff to you if you join it. And I've created one just for this weekly podcast so that we can easily share the information. So, and other than that, we'd love for you to do the QR code and follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And I guess I'll probably be getting the Threads spun up. I've held off so long on Threads. Like, do we need another X or Twitter type thing? But they're going to go ahead and
I haven't downloaded that yet either. I've been holding up, but now that I see so many people putting stuff on it that I want to look at and I can't because I don't have one, I'm like, might as well do it.
And lastly, before we jump off, I just want to encourage any local artists, since we were talking about artists today, that would like to be in part of a live streamed showcase that I want to test out. We'll probably do them quarterly if all is successful. Go ahead and send us a message so that we can know that you're interested in participating in that. Other than that, we thank you for joining us, Hardin County. Have a great week. Stay safe and try to stay cool if that's even possible. Too late.